Hey, yo guys, welcome back to another video. Okay, guys, I made a brand new food. Basically, okay, it's called seed cereal. The ingredients are disclosed because, yeah, I don't want people to be making this because, well, okay, basically, okay, I'm just gonna talk about like some parameters on why you might not be able to eat this cereal. Okay, so reasons to not eat our seed cereal. If you have cancer, heart disease, diabetes, high blood sugar, if you can't have too much sodium, if you live in the southern hemisphere, if you plan on going on a plane in the next 6 months, if you own flowers, if you had dairy in the last 24 hours, if you have light sensitivity because it like messes up like with like your retinas and all that. If you're married, definitely don't have it if you're married. If you can't have high amounts of sugar, if you have a nut allergy, asthma, bad kidneys, if you have a decent liver, you might live. If you have an STD, if you're French, if it's daytime, if you're under the age of 8 years old, if you live in Kansas, or if you're near lead at the time, and if you have children, or if you're an orphan, or finally, if you have watched the show Outer Banks. If any of those apply to you, don't eat my seed cereal. Overall, the experience is overall just like amazing. I mean, you get a little bit of heartburn, like that's fine, you know? It's still in like the beta testing, so we just gotta work out like the kinks. Anyways, okay, David, are you sitting down?
I am.
Okay, good, because that would be
Wanna stand
weird.
up?
Yeah, no, because that would be kind of weird if you were standing up while playing. Okay, so this right here is the grossest story I have ever heard. So, a 19-year-old girl, I think she was Mexican. I don't know if that's important. So, she goes to the doctor with her mom because the 19-year-old, she was having like stomach pains and stuff. But they did not think it was possible for her to be pregnant at all. Okay, so on the security footage, it shows her going to the bathroom and she doesn't look pregnant, to be honest. But okay, so she's in there for a while. I think it was like 45 minutes. And like every like 15 minutes, it was like her mom checked up on her or the doctor. And because they heard like screaming. And keep in mind, it's like one of those like single bathrooms. So it's like she just locked the door. It's not like where there's like multiple stalls and stuff. Okay, so she eventually comes out and she goes back to the room. And there's just blood everywhere inside of the bathroom. So then they're like, okay. We're just gonna call, like, the cleaning lady, and she's gonna clean this up, I guess. She's cleaning and stuff, and then she picks up the trash bag, and she's like, you know, this feels kind of heavy, you know? So then she looked inside, and there was a dead newborn inside of the garbage. So, of course, they go to the room, and they say to the girl, like, hey, we just found a dead baby inside of the trash can. And then instantly she starts breaking down and crying, and then she's like, I'm so sorry, I just didn't know what to do, and I panicked, and like it just came right out of me. If she just started giving birth, what, she didn't want her mom to know that she got pregnant? Like, so she's like, okay, I'm just gonna give birth and then I'm just gonna throw it away. See, well, then like the girl like was trying to say, I don't know, like it wasn't making any sounds, it wasn't breathing. Okay, what the heck's wrong with you?
Is it transphobic to speak the truth?
Well, apparently it is. Apparently it is. Okay, so David, do you know the actors Al Pacino and Robert De Niro? They are both two really old Italian actors. Al Pacino is 83, and Robert De Niro is like 77, I think. 73, 70. I don't know, something like that. They both just had kids recently.
Interesting. Wait.
Yeah, I don't know how that's possible, but that is so gross and weird. But also, think about what you're doing to that kid. Like, Al Pacino's like, what, 83? He is not gonna make it to that kid's middle school graduation. You know, we're gonna talk about when you die. Do you know what rigor mortis is?
No.
Interesting. So basically, it's when, like, your blood... Wait, no. It's when, like, your body, like, stiffens up after you die. Do you know what livor mortis is?
When your liver stiffens up?
No. It's when, like, after, like, you die, your blood pools to, like, one side, and then it, like, stays there. See, but then there's also, like, this thing where it's, like, a dead body that, like, they drop, like, their temperature, like, I don't know, a few degrees every hour. So that's how they could tell, like, the time of death.
Why do you know these things?
Huh? Oh, because I killed him. Okay, so if you've ever had like a lighter color shirt, if you get it wet, it becomes darker. right? Explain to me how. Because hear me out. As we've discussed, water is clear. You know, the color clear. How come when my light gray shirt gets wet, it becomes dark gray? I'm not going crazy this episode, I swear.
Clear.
Exactly.
Okay, no, I understand what you mean. I understand. So the water is clear, but your
It makes your
gray
clothes
shirt
darker.
becomes grayer.
Okay, David, want to know what I hate about other cultures? Sometimes. Not all cultures do this. Other cultures tend to sort of mock you if like you like don't speak the language or you do something like out of their culture's norms. But I was thinking about it. Americans, we don't do that. Like, okay, for example, let's say that I had a cousin that came here from Italy, okay? And let's say that they didn't speak any English. And I don't know, for some reason I introduced them to like you, Lazo, Anthony, whatever, just friends. And I was like, hey, this is so-and-so. She doesn't speak any English. You guys would just be like, okay. But let's change the scenario. And this definitely isn't a real scenario at all. But let's say that your friend invites you to a graduation party. You don't speak Spanish, but they all do because, you know, like they're Mexican and stuff. So they be like speaking Spanish to you and stuff. And then you're like, oh, you know, or so like you just kind of don't say anything because you don't know what they're saying. And then your friend needs to tell them like, hey, he doesn't speak Spanish. And then they kind of go like, oh, ha, 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 ha.
Very, very hypothetical scenario.
It's like, yeah. It's definitely not me going to your cousin's graduation and them laughing at me because I didn't speak Spanish. No, definitely not. But like hypothetically,
But if they did.
that is why I started thinking about this whole entire scenario because of like, yeah, you know, I didn't speak Spanish and they laughed at me. But like, if someone didn't speak English, I wouldn't laugh at them. I'd just be like, okay. Okay, so usually in my videos, I don't call people out on like, you know, mistakes that they've made. For example, like 2 months ago when, you know, me and a group of people were recording and someone fell asleep, I mentioned it in a Hypixel video, but I didn't like, you know, say that person's name. Did you just leave? I never said that person's name because there's no point on calling someone out for a mistake. Like, you know, second chances are a thing. But something needs to be said about Noah Craig. So a few months ago, me and David were recording a Nomad Beyond. It was the picture Nomad Beyond. And we needed him for it. So he said that he would help us. And honestly, it was a very short bit that he was needed for. Yet this 30-minute video took like an hour and a half to record. Me and David mentioned that in a Hypixel video because we were like, yeah, we hate people wasting time and stuff. But never did we say his name. You know, but okay, so as you guys saw, last week was the Fallout Hunger Games, and Noah was in it, obviously. Okay, so to start off with, before we started like the intro and stuff, he kept on giving himself like effects because we all had op. Because, well, one, to see if anybody tries cheating, because then, you know, we would all be able to see in chat, but also because once you had your final death, you would just go into spectator, you know? So before the intro, he kept on giving himself effects, so then I asked him to stop. And he said that he was done. Noah, stop giving yourself effects. Okay.
Dude, this guy's just mashing buttons, giving him like 3,000 effects.
Noah, stop.
Okay, I've stopped.
Okay, so me and Anthony were explaining to everybody, like, hey, this is how you set up the voice chat. So everybody was doing that, like Robert and Chris and stuff. So then me and Anthony are like, okay, everybody go into the proximity chat, like voice chat. So we all do that, and Noah joins that, but then he wasn't connecting. And then that's when I realized that was because he was too busy goofing off and doing other stuff at the time.
Hello?
Noah?
Yeah, no
Hello?
one ever said his. And also, like, before the intro, he was kind of goofing around a little bit. And now, keep in mind, okay, we aimed to call at 7. I'm like, okay, we're gonna, like, start the call at 7. And then we're gonna, wow, I just comboed that guy. And then we're gonna set up voice chat and stuff. And then we are going to be ready to do the intro by 7:15. Because of Noah, we didn't do the intro until like 7:30. And then I'm gonna, actually here, I'll get rid of the blocks. No. Positions.
What?
Go.
I got a stick. I'm sorry. Wait, where am I going?
Go
Sorry.
to your spot. Okay, so I do the intro. This is my first time doing the intro. So I do the intro. I'm like, hey, yo, guys, welcome back to another video. And then I'm about to announce, like, hey, this is because of, you know, Anthony's character video. So, like, shout out to him. In the middle of me doing that, Noah interrupts me and gives himself the levitating effect, which, keep in mind, he said he was done with the effects. And also, we are starting now. Hey, yo guys, welcome back to another video. Okay, so this right here is the Fallout Hunger Games in honor of Anthony's character video. Robert, don't give your... No, guys. I so badly wish that I didn't stop recording, but after like about 10 seconds of him, I don't know, kind of goofing off with the levitating and stuff, I stopped recording, and then it went on for a good another like 30 seconds, and then I was like, are we gonna do this? And then I said that like 2 or 3 times, and then no one really said anything, and then I got like all serious mode. I'm like, Noah, stop. I was doing my intro, and you interrupted me. That was really rude. And then he's like, oh, but like I did it to be funny. And like in my head, I'm like, stop trying to be cute. Like, I was doing the intro, and you interrupted me. Okay, but then I hit record again, and I'm like, everybody go to your spots. I do sound annoyed, because I am. And then Noah goes like, okay, geez. As if I was like in the wrong. As if I was being like unreasonable and like just angry for no reason. Everybody go into your spots.
Okay, jeez.
Okay, and also another example of him just straight up not listening at all. So I explained the rules to everybody, and I said that there was a 2-minute grace period. Within the first 30 seconds, Noah killed Anthony. So I didn't really know what to do, because I'm like, he cheated. So am I gonna ban him right at the beginning? But then I'm like, that's gonna put like a sour attitude on like the rest of the video. So I just told him, Noah, you're on 1 life. And then that was just where we continued. So that's why when he died once, that was it. He was gone. But, okay. So I asked everybody to stay after the Hunger Games. Because after each Hunger Games, we do like a little post talk, as I explained to everybody. Chris told me that he had to leave. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I totally understand that. Thank you for telling me. Noah just randomly left. He didn't say a single thing, and he just left. So yeah, he's now banned from all future Hunger Games. I just don't want to deal with him during that. The only Hunger Games he might be on is, I don't know, if we do like a nomad thing again. And also, right after the event, I messaged him. Since then, he has still not said a single thing to me. This, obviously, like I mentioned earlier, this isn't the first time that we've had to deal with Noah and wasting time, not listening, stuff like that. I think he really just needs to grow up and stop acting so childish. Because truthfully, he acts extremely childish. If he wants to act like a child and stuff, then by all means, he can do that. But I'm just going to throw this out there. There is a reason why his videos aren't, you know, that high quality, and why he's had multiple failed SMPs. Like, I don't think he can take himself seriously. You might be thinking, like, okay, well, like, he's your friend, so why are you calling him out? I'm calling him out because, you know, this is a thing that needs to be addressed. And obviously, telling him this privately isn't working. Like, he still carries on wasting time, not listening, stuff like that. So I'm saying it publicly to, you know, hold him accountable to this. And also, okay, if you don't want to be called out online and have your online persona kind of tampered with, then don't do something that would, you know, make you be called out, if that makes any sense. Okay, for example, like, hey, if you don't want to go to jail, then don't commit crimes. So, okay, I tweeted out like a little bit ago talking about how I hate that you need to put like your race down for things. Like, it is extremely stupid. Colleges for the past, I don't even know how many years, they have been required to like save a certain like acceptance like amount to minorities, such as like Hispanics, blacks, whatever. So recently they got rid of that. I think that that's a good thing that they're getting rid of that, because truthfully, it shouldn't matter what race the person is to get into college. I would rather earn my spot into college because of, you know, my smarts and stuff, not because of a mandated thing that they do for like minorities. Same thing as like how, okay, let's say you take 2 bodybuilders. I don't know what just happened. I just sidestepped into the void. Let's say that you have like 2 bodybuilders, and one of them is all natural and one of them took steroids to get that physique. I would be much more like proud of the all natural person, because it's like, hey, you did, like, you have this physique because you earned it. Like, you put in the work and now you have it. Other than the person that took steroids, it's like you did half the amount of work that the other person did. You know, let's talk about steroids. I don't like steroids. The first thing is that like it really messes with your body. But that goes with like any like hormone that you're putting in your body. Like, okay, you know, David, I know that you talk about how you love your melatonin gummies, but I'm going to tell you a downfall of them. The more that like you artificially take in like a hormone or something, the less your body will make it. Like if you're taking like melatonin gummies every night, your body will slowly like produce less and less melatonin because it sees all of this melatonin. It's like, oh, okay, so like I don't need to be making that much. I'm not 100% sure if this is why steroids are like dangerous, but I'd imagine this is why. A lot of them, you know, have like the basis of like, you know, testosterone. And if you're putting that into your body decides like, oh, you know, I don't need to be like producing more testosterone, which could be really bad. Like men need testosterone. You know, let's talk about love. So it's pretty cool, right?
Oh, that's it. I thought you gotta like add on to it.
No, I mean,
How
I mean,
like you love your cousin. Oh yeah,
no,
you love your cousin.
whoa. You can't just be saying that without any context.
No.
She's not my cousin
Okay.
at all.
She's mostly your cousin.
No, what do you mean mostly?
Basically your cousin.
No.
Basically.
I'm gonna get canceled. Should I title this video I love my cousin?
I love my cousin. She is your cousin.
No, she's not.
Basically your cousin. You've known her since little.
I am gonna give some context. So Chris Bams. I think that you guys are just jealous that we have a real family bond and we talk about things.
Yeah, because you love her.
Yeah, as a family member,
What type of family member?
a cousin.
Yeah, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on. Don't turn on.
Yeah, don't
turn on post
don't-
notifications. Follow Ruby Creeper at Creeper_Ruby. Don't follow
Twitter.
me because Sus Among Us.
Follow me on kick.com/RubyCreeper17. Anyways, peace.